This recipe, a marriage of French and Japanese cuisine, is unique to the Eclectic Chef, but it's easy to make, so stick around and find out how. Hello everyone, I'm Anthony the Eclectic Chef. Welcome back to my kitchen. Well, today we're going to try something completely different. A dandelion and burdock salad. Now, if you're of that particular age and grew up in the United Kingdom, you'll know about the drink Dandelion and Burdock, which goes back, 600 years or thereabouts. Still for sale there, typically in the Midlands and the North. But let's talk about that. This, which looks like a stick you might throw for your dog to chase, is burdock root, alternatively known in Japanese cuisine as Gobo. We're going to cook this today Kinpira style, using bacon fat. Then we're going to combine it with some of this dandelion to make a different and delicious salad. Burdock root, or Gobo, has a very distinctive earthy flavour. Actually comes from a compound called Geosmin, which is the same compound that makes the soil smell like it does after fresh rain. It's actually comes from a bacterium, which I will give details of in the description to this video. With that, let's get the dandelion in water to rinse, and then we'll cut the burdock root sasagaki style, and we'll talk a little bit about that when we do it. As you look at the burdock root or Gobo, you may be inclined to take a peeler to it. Please don't, because that's where most of the flavour is, right under the skin. So as you can see, if you compare this to our opening shot, we've just taken a really stiff bristle brush to this. You could use a little nylon scourer, but this is good enough. Now, the sasagaki cut. To make it easier, we've cut a crossways cut to one end, and that's where we'll start the cut. And we're going to pop it into this water, which has a little bit of vinegar. You could use lemon juice to keep it from turning brown. Now, this will date me. Sasagaki cut. And some of you may have never even done this. But if you're the same age as me and went to school with pencils and had pen knives, this is a sasagaki cut. Just like sharpening a pencil. So we get different shapes and striations of burdock root going into our water. This will make a delicious Kinpira style salad. Here are our Gobo or burdock root shavings after we cut that piece of Gobo sasagaki style. We're going to drain these just before cooking, but let me show you what I've decided to assemble for the sauce. This dish is really a marriage of French, Japanese and Yorkshire, England cuisine. And I'll just leave it at that. The Yorkshire part's coming from the dandelion and burdock drink, but we're going to use a French style for dandelion, Pissenlit or Lard. We're going to use bacon fat. But then when we've cooked the burdock root or Gobo, we're going to add a classic Kinpira sauce: soy, mirin, sake, sugar, sesame oil. Probably throw in a pinch of chili flakes too. So come back in a minute and we'll get started on that sauce. Here's our Gobo after we put the Kinpira sauce that we talked about earlier, and we'll reduce this down. Here we've let the dandelion sag a little. Let's get this served up, plated, and we'll tell you what we think. Here's our warm dandelion and burdock salad, a marriage of French and Japanese style. You won't find this in any other cookbook. Made this up as I went along, but I think it shares some great cultures and has brought back memories of my boyhood and fizzy dandelion and burdock drink. This marriage of Pissenlit au Lard and Kinpira Gobo was delicious, absolutely delicious, especially when served with some better than decent sake.